Welcome everybody. How are you doing today? It's very nice to have you here. Our 3-week program, Sahaja Sthiti, Nervous System and Awakening, begins on January 22nd. And I wanted to speak a little more about this today and also let you know that if you are new to me, if you have never been in any of my programs, and if you would like to come for free for the first week, we have that option for new people. And also, if you want to register just for the 3 weeks altogether, we also have a special price for anybody that is new. And today I wanted to speak a little bit more about one of the aspects, one of the topics I'm going to be speaking about in this program, which is the reasons that we have for not being here, or the reasons that stop us from awakening. And you know, when I say reasons, what I mean by that is that consciously or not, there are some reasons, I call them, some thoughts, some beliefs, some ideas that arise for us in order to take our attention away from being here, or in order to tell us that being here or awakening is not possible or is not available for us. And you know, many of those reasons are unconscious, so that what it means is that you may be able to, or you may be noticing it a little bit, but a lot of the times it's an almost unconscious process where we don't notice that in a moment when that opportunity arises to be here, or that opportunity arises to move with that deeper knowing that we have, or with the deeper sense, we don't really do that. We don't really follow that. We don't really respect that, because they are reasons. And these reasons are, of course, reasons of the past. We could say they are thoughts, so as thoughts, they are not reliable. But these particular thoughts have a stronger pull. The stronger pull is the content that they present us with. And whatever you have believed in the past, this past, long ago past, or very long ago past, whatever we have believed in terms of what we are capable of, if your environment, if your parents, if your experience early on in this life or other lives has been, oh, you can't, you're not capable, you're not going to be able to do it, whatever that experience has been, we might be believing that, right? There may be many, different types of beliefs that we subscribe to in terms of our ability to be here, in terms of, is our resolve strong enough, in terms of, is it even really possible for us to do it? And even though we have been at this for a long time, we might still be unconsciously believing that. And I want to focus on that more, because it's very powerful. That's one of our homework questions for this program. It's very powerful to dive a little deeper into the unconscious and to see the reasons that we subscribe to. Because consciously or not, that's what takes our attention. And we could say, of course, thoughts, all thoughts, we can't really rely on that, right? But again, as I said, some of them have a stronger pull because of the content, and we want to be aware of that. We want to become aware of that, so that we can see it in a moment, so that we can recognize it in a moment for what it is. This is the past. So I'm really looking forward to our time together. And again, if you are enjoying these videos, please subscribe and share and comment, which some of you have been, and I appreciate that. It really helps us with making these videos and this content more visible.